y is equal to x square plus 1 over x square. A given function, just giving a name to this to y, and y is equal to x square plus x raised to the power minus 2. This can be written as x raised to the power minus 2. Now just start our differentiation process. So y plus delta y is equal to x plus delta x whole square plus x plus delta x raised to the power minus 2. So delta y is equal to x square plus delta x whole square plus 2x delta x. And from here we can take x as a common factor because of this negative integer. A power with negative integer, we have to make a binomial series here. So that will become x 1 plus delta x over x raised to the power minus 2. This is not y, minus y. Actually we have written as y plus delta y. This one is x plus delta x whole square and x plus delta x raised to the power minus 2. So delta y, from here this will become minus y, and this one is just the opening of this square, and from here x become a common factor, 1 plus delta x over x whole raised to the power minus 2. So this is not y actually. Now delta y is equal to x square plus delta x whole square plus 2x delta x plus x raised to the power minus 2 and 1 plus delta x over x raised to the power minus 2 minus, just put the value of this y, x square plus x raised to the power minus 2. So again the same thing, just applying this minus to this portion, so that will become minus x square minus x raised to the power minus 2. This x square will be cancelled out, and we have delta y is equal to delta x whole square plus 2x delta x plus x raised to the power minus 2, 1 plus delta x over x raised to the power minus 2 minus 1, because from these two terms we can take x raised to the power minus 2 as a common factor. Now delta y is equal to delta x plus 2x. Delta x will be a common factor from these two terms, and we have delta x plus 2x plus this one is remain same, x minus 2, x raised to the power minus 2, and just apply the binomial series here. We have 1 plus nx, here n is minus 2, x is delta x over x plus n into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial x square delta x over x square plus so on, an infinite series, and at the end this one is minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 will be cancelled out from here, this one and minus 1, and delta y is equal to delta x plus 2x plus this x raised to the power minus 2, and from this one bracket portion we can take delta x over x as a common factor. So we have minus 2 plus minus 2 minus 2 minus 1, 2 factorial delta x over x. Delta x over x as a common factor, so we have only delta x over x raised to the power 1 and up to so on. Now delta x can be taken as a common factor from these two terms, which is one is this one and one is this whole term. So delta x will be a common factor, and we have delta x plus 2x, which is this one, plus this can be written as 1 over x raised to the power 1 plus 2. Delta x being a common factor, so this bracket portion will remain same. This one is a simplification of step 2. Now dividing both sides by delta x. So delta y over delta x is equal to delta x over delta x, and this bracket portion again will remain same. This will be cancelled out, and delta y by delta x, and the remaining thing is delta x plus 2x plus 1 over x raised to the power 3 minus 2 and minus 2 minus 1 divided by 2 factorial and delta x over x and up to so on. Now taking limit on both sides, delta x approaches to 0, so delta x approaches to 0, delta y by delta x is equal to limit delta x approaches to 0 on right hand side. So left hand side will become dy by dx, and when we apply limit delta x approaches to 0, this will become 0, we have this 2x. And from here these all terms except this first term will become 0 due to the presence of this delta x, and we have only minus 2. Multiplying by 1 over x cube will become minus 2 over x cube. This delta x is also 0, so we have only 2x minus 2 over x raised to the power 3. And finally, just put the value of y. So d by dx, x square plus 1 over x square is equal to 2x minus 2 over x cube, the differentiation of this function by definition. Ninth part, we have already solved a question like this, x plus 4. The previous parts we have x plus a raised to the power minus 1, and we have only the change here, which is x plus 4 instead of x plus a. Now apply the same process. Let y is equal to x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3, and y plus delta y is equal to x plus delta x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3. Delta y will become x plus 4 plus delta x raised to the power 1 by 3 minus y. Just put the value of this y, x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3, and from here we can take x plus 4 as a common factor, which we already discussed in our previous parts. Just to make a binomial series, we have taken x plus 4 as a common factor from this bracket. So we have 1 plus delta x divided by x plus 4. This x plus 4 as a common factor. So from here we have only 1 and plus delta x divided by x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3, and this one is the value of y. Now delta y is equal to x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3 and 1 plus delta x over x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3, because the whole thing containing a power 1 by 3, and we can apply power 1 by 3 on these two terms. This one is remains same. Now x plus 4 can be taken as a common factor from these two terms. We have delta y is equal to x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3, and from here 1 plus delta x over x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3 minus 1. Now apply the binomial series on this portion. We have delta y is equal to x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3 and 1 plus nx. Here n is 1 by 3, x is delta x over x plus 4, and again plus n into n minus 1. So 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 minus 1, 2 factorial and x square. So delta x over x plus 4 whole square up to so on, an infinite series, and at the end this minus 1 will remain same. Again the same step. Now simplifying, this plus 1 and minus 1 will be cancelled out, and delta x over x plus 4 can be taken as a common factor. We have delta y is equal to x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3 delta x over x plus 4, and in the bracket we have 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 minus 1, 2 factorial, and delta x over x plus 4 up to so on. Dividing both sides by delta x, delta y by delta x is equal to delta x, this is a division by delta x, and x plus 4 raised to the power 1 minus 1 by 3. Sorry, this is not an x. X plus 4 is the base, so we have power 1 minus 1 by 3, and in the bracket portion will remain same. Delta y by delta x, this will be cancelled out. We have 1 over x plus 4 raised to the power, by simplifying this 1 minus 1 by 3, we have 2 by 3, and this bracket portion will remain same. Now taking limit on both sides, delta x approaches to 0. So delta x approaches to 0, delta y by delta x, again apply limit delta x approaches to 0 on right hand side as well. 1 over x plus 4 raised to the power 2 by 3, and this one is the bracket portion which is remain same. Left side will become dy by dx, and on right side when we apply limit delta x approaches to 0, all other terms will become 0 except this first term. Due to this the presence of this delta x will become 0, and we have only 1 by 3 multiplying to x plus 4 raised to the power 2 by 3, which will become 1 over 3 into x plus 4 raised to the power 2 by 3. Now just put the value of y. The derivative of x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 3 will become 1 over 3 x plus 4 raised to the power 2 by 3, which is actually differentiation of the given function.